Hey folks, and happy Thursday. I hope and pray that y'all are doing well today. It is 12 p.m., so good afternoon this Thursday afternoon. And I hope and pray, as I said, that you're doing well and expecting God's rich blessings throughout the remainder of this day. I want to remind you, be in prayer for the tragedy that occurred with the plane crash up in the Washington, D.C. area. Certainly a terrible tragedy and loss of life, so be sure to lift those families involved in your prayers today. I want to read to you some very timely advice. It's very common, and when I say common, I say that in the vein that we probably don't read it as much as we should, or we probably don't pay attention to it as much as we should. But it comes from the book of Proverbs, chapter number 1, starting in verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction. Solomon gives the reasoning for the book of Proverbs in these first few verses. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding will attain wise counsel. To understand a proverb and an enigma, the words of the wise and their riddles. So Solomon is telling us in verses 1 through 6 the reason for writing the Proverbs. And then verse number 7 encapsulates it all. He says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. I want to hone in on that very first part right there. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. We could say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Last night in Bible study, if you were there in person or if you saw the recording later, you remember that in Matthew chapter number 6 and verse number 9, Jesus begins the model prayer. He says, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And you remember that we talked about prayer, giving prayer power by acknowledging that God is sovereign. He's hallowed. He is holy. And we have that awesome reverence for him. When Solomon says fear here in the Bible, it's not talking about terror. It's not talking about being scared. It's talking about that awesome reverence that we have for a holy God. And Solomon tells us right here in the Bible under inspiration. Remember, the Bible is inspired from Genesis to Revelation. I don't care what anybody tells you. The Bible is inspired by God. But Solomon says here under inspiration that the fear, the reverence, the recognition of the holiness of God is the beginning of wisdom. So remember that as we go through our day today, Christian. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, the beginning of wisdom. And I hope and pray that you have a wonderful remainder of your day. It's Thursday, and I would be remiss if I didn't invite you to worship service on Sunday like I always do on Thursday. I'm not going to be there. I've got reserve duty this weekend, but God is still going to be praised starting at 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. And God's going to be praised at 9:45 for Sunday school. Come and be a part of that. But we want to welcome you to come and worship with us on Sunday. So come on out and enjoy the praise, enjoy the fellowship, enjoy the preaching. And I will be sending you all a Sunday worship / devotional. I'm going to record when I do it for my soldiers when I'm in Charleston this weekend. So I will put that on the Facebook page, but be there for in-person worship on Sunday at 11 a.m. Be there for Sunday school at 9:45 a.m. Come and get the blessings that God has in store for you. Love you folks, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. God bless you.